I got really drunk at a work function last night and feel awful. Reddit, make me feel better by sharing your most embarrassing drunken office party stories. This isn't an office party story, but it is one of the most embarrassing drunken moments of my life. I was 23, attending the wedding of two close friends. The liquor was flowing, the music was perfect, and I was feeling incredible. I had just met a girl, and we were making out on the dance floor like a cliché rom-com scene. Life felt wonderful. I was downing gin and tonics at a questionable pace, tipping the bartender $5 per drink at the open bar. Eventually, the night turned foggy, but I kept drinking. At one point, I walked up to a guest I vaguely knew and gave him what can only be described as an affectionate slap on the cheek. A sort of, "Hey buddy, you're great," slap. I thought it was hilarious. He did not. He kept his cool only because it was a wedding and he didn't want a scene. Completely unaware of his frustration, I floated back to the bar, only to discover it was officially closed. Fortunately, the generous bartender I had been tipping all night poured me a gin and tonic that was, in reality, almost pure gin. I knocked it back and continued on to the after party at a nearby hotel, the girl I believed I would definitely hook up with right behind me. The after party was lively, full of more drinks and laughter. Earlier that evening, I had met a pretty blonde who would, unknowingly, become my future ex-girlfriend. I got along with her wonderfully, and just as well with her then-boyfriend, Paul. So when I stumbled across Paul at the after-party, in a completely blacked-out haze, I decided he deserved another one of my festive slaps. Except it wasn't Paul. It was a stranger 20 years older than him. The man was not amused. His wife, oddly enough, was doubled over laughing behind him. I felt like a complete fool. How do I fix this? I thought. Oh, I'll give him money and apologize. In my mind, this was a brilliant plan. I pulled what I thought was $20 from my pocket. It was actually $8, and attempted to place it gently into his shirt pocket while apologizing repeatedly. He did not appreciate this gesture. He became visibly irritated, but I suppose he realized arguing with someone as thoroughly intoxicated as I was wouldn't end well. When I insisted he take the money again, he simply turned and hurried away across the room, his wife still laughing as he fled. A moment later, the bride, my dear friend, approached and gently informed me it was time for me to call it a night. I agreed without protest. Luckily, my best friend since childhood stepped in, rescued the girl I had completely fumbled the moment with, and managed to salvage the night for at least one of us. At least somebody got laid.